Welcome again, Aquarius. It's June 2014. I'm Dadhichi Toth from astrology.com.au. You know, we like to help others, and we see that based upon the Moon and Jupiter conjunction with Mercury in your 6th house. You're helping your co-workers can sometimes backfire. Whilst you want to be generous and you want to have an open and magnanimous spirit, sometimes in the world of competition, you're helping the wrong person. So be measured in your help and clearly understand whether the person you're helping is an ally or at some point in the future maybe an enemy. That, I think, is one of the themes we see here by this 6th sector being strongly activated. The Sun is in the 5th house as the month commences. 5th house is a very creative house, so that enthusiasm we often get for the things we love, and especially if you're working in a field that you're creative in, that can spill over into your workplace relationships where let's admit it, we like to let people know we're good, but in sharing your feelings, in divulging your ideas, your intellectual property, you can sometimes be damaging the very thing you're trying to develop. So be a little guarded in the first part of the month, I would say. Some good opportunities will arise later, for example, around the 18th of the month when Venus moves into the strong sextile aspect of Jupiter there in your 6th house. The favourable planets are not considered all that good in the 6th house. The 6th house is also considered enemies. If you have open enemies, this is a time when they are likely to be competitively stronger than you. So leading up to this middle part of the month, I'd strongly recommend that you reignite your passion for learning, for extending your knowledge base, and making sure that your competitors aren't a step ahead of you, but vice versa. There are some challenges that we see there in the 9th and the 12th sector around the 14th. This, I might have mentioned to you, may relate to some long-standing legal issues with some of you. Contracts, even though this is not strictly a contractual area, it is a legal area of the horoscope, and that can sometimes involve the contracts that we're talking about. There may be factors associated with the negotiations that you're going through or the settlement of some of these legal cases that are being manipulated by other people. So you need to look carefully behind the scenes, and how you deal with that is a bit tricky. That is something an astrologer should look at on a more one-on-one basis. If you have that specific issue, by all means contact us here and we can give you the proper protocol for us maybe helping you further with that. Now, Venus in the 4th sector, I mentioned, to the 6th on the 18th is a lovely lucky aspect. So for some of you, that's when you can see some resolution to some of these problems. 5th house Sun and Mercury continues to give you added vitality mentally and creatively. The hobby that you love to do, the people that you love to create with, can work so well with you. You can communicate in ways that doesn't create a cross current around the 20th of June. Now the Sun moving into the 6th house on the 21st of June, 6th house being your house of health and vitality. I just got the sense that some of you may discover that certain foods are aggravating not just your physical well-being but your psychological well-being. We see, if you can grasp this concept very quickly, by the 23rd when Venus moves into your 5th house of the mind, it is one of the sectors of the mind. I think this can bring with it some renewed vitality and clarity, which simply by removing a food or certain foods that you're allergic to can bring with it some immense benefits. There are some final aspects on the 29th, the Sun to Neptune, and again the Sun continuing to give good energy to your career sector. Neptune is in the 2nd house of finance, so this is a time when again long-standing issues related to money as well. Money that's owed to you can come through, or you, if you're owing money to someone, can finally have the wherewithal to do that, and that in itself can be a great relief. Look forward to your company next month. That'll be July, and you can come to the website astrology.com.au for a more detailed analysis and a contextual framework in view of the year to come, where you stand with your sun sign. Look forward to your company there as well. Bye-bye.